Hi again, crafters, it's Cynthia. I am back with another holiday card. So this one I just kind of wanted to keep it basically a single layer card, but I wanted to add some snowflakes because that's one of my personal favorites. So anyway, in my recent craft haul, I had found this fabulous perfect navy blue in there. So I'm going to use that for my background. And I just took an 8.5 by 11 and just cut it in half so I'd have a good sheet to work with. And then I'm wondering if I should stamp first and then cut. Nope, I think I'm going to cut it first. So I'm using the My Favorite Things Dynamics Stitched Mini Scallops Rectangle Stacks set. That's quite a mouthful, but I'm going to pick out the very largest stack here, or stacks piece. And it's super cute because it has a little petite scalloped edge and also a line of stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out a piece of this navy and I'll be right back. All right. Okay, so here is the piece that I just cut out. Very cute. So let me get that set aside. Okay, so on this piece of paper, I am going to be doing some stamping, and let's see, where did I put that? Okay, I think I'm going to start, first of all, I am using the Newton's Nook Beautiful Blizzard stamp set, and this was out of stock for quite a while, so I waited and waited and watched, and the minute it came back in I grabbed one. So I've wanted this one for a while. It says it's dated 2014, so it's not a brand new set, but it's really nice. It's called Beautiful Blizzard. It's really cute, and these images on here don't necessarily have to be snowflakes. I think they have enough whimsy to them where you could really work them into different designs and you wouldn't be aware that it's supposed to be a snowflake. So it's actually more versatile than you'd think. So because I'm going to be doing some heat embossing, I'm going to use my little buddy here. All of a sudden I can't think what this is called. Anti-static tool, I suppose. So just dust that a little bit to prepare my surface. And then of course I'm using VersaMark ink, which is kind of the gold standard when it comes to sticky embossing ink. Simon Says Stamp has their own brand, which is really nice. Tim Holtz has their own brand. So there's many options. You don't have to use VersaMark if you don't have it. So I think I should start with the sentiment. It's pretty petite. It just says "Let it snow," and I've got it here on the back side of my block. So I'm just going to get that sticky. And my VersaMark pad is pretty new, so it's very juicy. All right, so I'm going to put that down here in the corner. Very cute. And then I'm going to probably do a couple of these really big snowflakes from that set. All right, so I'm just going to have one of the big ones down here, and I am going to let it go off the edge just a little bit. That kind of adds some interest. Just press all around. Oh, that looks very nice. Okay, and I think I'm going to get up in the far corner. I'm going to try to put another one of these down. It's a little hard to say. Maybe I'll kind of put it this way. And I can see through the stamp too, so I can see when it's making contact with that nice dark paper. So that's kind of nice. Alright, that looks pretty darn good. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of the smaller snowflakes. And you know, feel free to mix and match snowflake stamp sets. I know I have several in my collection, but I just wanted to stick with the one set today. Like I said, I love this stamp set, so I'm happy to use it. Put another one here. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Sometimes less is more. It's very hard for me to walk away, but okay, so the tricky part here is that this one, wait a sec, this is the Winter Wonderland Stampendous embossing powder, and it's a lot of fun, and I shook it really well to distribute the sparkle from the white that's in here. I mean, I wanted to get a good mix. And what I'm going to attempt to do is focus this mostly on the snowflakes, and then I think I'm going to try to just do white on the sentiment. Sometimes with the sparkle powders, this one's very, very fine so that it helps, but some of the sparkle embossing powders can get a little chunky, and if you try to use it on a sentiment, it doesn't always work. There, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. And then for the Let It Snow sentiment, I'm reaching for my Hero Arts white embossing powder. And because it's in here, I'm going to try, yeah, there we go, good heavens. All right, I'm going to try to just get it on the words. Hopefully that ink is still wet enough. There, that looks cute. All right, cool. So I'll quickly put this away. Set that down. And if some of the glitter from this glittery powder gets on the background, I'm really not going to worry too much about it, because that'll just add some additional sparkle, because it's kind of like a night sky. And that'll look really pretty if a little bit of that is still dotting. So let's see here, just to help. All right, it's messy, just a little bit, so I'm not going to panic. All right, and then the other thing I like to do is I like to hold my panel with my tweezers, because I always manage to burn myself with my embossing tool. So my embossing tool I purchased about 2 million years ago at one of the craft stores. So, but it's nice, it works just fine. And I'm going to let it heat up and melt the powder. So I'll turn down the volume so you don't have to listen to it, and let you watch the powder melt. All right, I think that looks pretty good. And a little bit of extra blew off, which was fine. That is so lovely. But see, even those little bits of glittery that are still in the background, that actually looks pretty. So very, very nice. So now I'm just going to be pretty basic with the card. That's okay. So let me get my favorite Neenah Solar White 80-pound paper. That's what I'm going to use for my card base. And I'm going to put it on my Martha Stewart scoreboard. And there's a little niche here that says A2, and that's the size card I'm doing. So I'll just get my groove in here. And I know so many people have mentioned in their videos many times about getting a Teflon bone folder, and that's just another one of those purchases that I haven't yet made. I'm sure it would be worth the money. I think I've seen one for about $21 or something, but again, I just, until I really, really, really need one, I'm not going to bother. So see how cute that looks? And you know what I'm thinking? If I had a cute holiday paper to make up a little bit more of that difference, let me run and check my stash and see if I can come up with something. So hang on just a sec. Okay, I found this really nice Darice embossing folder in my stash, and it has some nice wintry swirls and some snowflakes scattered all around, so that's pretty cute. So I just took another little piece of my Neenah Solar White and trimmed it down, ran it through the embossing folder. Now I've got this pretty wintry pattern, and I'm just going to go ahead and layer that on the card front and underneath my panel. And I think I'm going to layer this piece flat right to the card front. So that looks pretty. Nice white on white. Hopefully you can see that under the lights. Gosh, more glitter. Okay, and then this panel, I think what I'm going to do is pop this up on a layer of foam so that, you know, it kind of stands up from that background piece. So, grab some scissors, and I'm just going to kind of do a rough estimate on size here. So I cut it about this, maybe this wide, and about this long. Should be enough. And again, no one will see it, so it's okay that it's gray, especially underneath such a dark cardstock. You'll never get darkness. So like, let's say I had just a layering weight white and a layering weight white paper, and I put it on top of a dark foam, you potentially could get a shadow, and you don't want that. It's kind of like you don't want to wear dark underwear with your white pants. That's a lesson we all learned young, isn't it? Maybe that's a poor example, but okay. So that is what that is going to look like. Very, very cute. I think I'll use my Tombow Mono Multi because that's a nice hard, I mean super strong stick, and because of the now uneven surface, if you will, of the embossing piece here, and then also that little bit of heat embossing always does warp your paper just slightly, no matter how careful you are. So you really want a nice adherence. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to do this pretty much in the center. Get that flattened down, and there you go. Very pretty. And then if you wanted to, I could take this nice big block and just let that rest on there for, you know, a couple minutes or something, just so that that glue settles into all those nooks and crannies and everything gets nice and solid. So once that dries completely, it'll be there for life. All right, so that is my finished card. I think it turned out really pretty, and it's pretty simple, but you know, I think that because of the sparkle that's in that beautiful embossing powder, maybe you can see it there, and then the detail that's in those stamps, it just adds so much to an otherwise simple pattern. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun today. I did. And if you like this video, please click like, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. So in the meantime, you guys have a terrific day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.